Oh, my loves, thank you for stopping by Stella Ruth today. I know it has been a long time since we uploaded any recipe videos, and I am sorry. Let me apologize in advance for not having my beautiful background that I normally have. We are getting ready for 3 festivals this weekend, so we have stuff everywhere and everybody's working really hard and counting inventory and labeling bottles and everything else. So I just wanted to make sure that I take a minute and share some recipes with you guys. Well, one in particular that I've been promising, I am going to share with you guys my chicken pot pie recipe, and we were talking about comfort food in our recipe group. And if you haven't already joined it, go ahead and join our recipe group on Facebook. We give away stuff all the time. It's absolute, I love giving away stuff to people. That group is specifically for sharing and blessing each other in the way of food and seasoning. So but if you haven't joined, go ahead and join. But in our recipe group, we were talking about comfort foods last week. And my favorite comfort food is chicken pot pie, but I like homemade chicken pot pie. But here's the problem. Sometimes when you make homemade chicken pot pie, you just do not have the time to do everything from scratch. So I'm showing you a way to make the chicken pot pie from scratch, almost from scratch, by using a few shortcuts and still getting that great homemade taste. So just stay tuned and check out this recipe. So you're going to start out by spraying a pie pan or a pan of your choice, however big you want to make it. You're going to need 2 pie crusts. I prefer the ones that you know are in the rolls, and so you're going to put your pie crust in the pan after you spray it. I like to season the inside of my pie crust, so you're going to spray a little bit of the cooking spray into the pie crust itself. And as you can see, I'm sitting here forming it, making sure it's all in there good, seasoning it a little bit, which I did, haha. Then I used a little bit of hibiscus to season it. So if you want to know what I seasoned the inside with, it was our hibiscus. I used our Pat's Pink Pepper blend along with our Monty and some of our Zest for Life. About a tablespoon of each is what I used. I actually had some cut up chicken breasts, about 4 or 5 chicken breasts that I already cut up. And then I'm going to put that into a hot pan that's already been sprayed with cooking spray. As you can see, I'm just positioning the pan to make sure that the heat is distributed evenly. Then, as it's starting to heat up, you're going to start seasoning. So I'm putting my seasonings in one at a time, making sure that I get every part of it seasoned. And the reason that I'm seasoning the chicken, because some of the seasoning from the chicken, if the chicken is seasoned well, then it's going to season the whole thing and it's going to taste really, really good. So now I'm going to saute this chicken in this hot pan. I put it on medium first and then medium high, so you don't want it cooking too fast. And keep in mind, it's going to cook in the oven as well. So I want to make sure that I get it as cooked as I can, but it doesn't have to be like completely cooked or perfect. Now I'm going to start putting in all of our other ingredients. We got some chopped bell pepper and onion. I've diced some potatoes because my family likes potatoes. Put potatoes in there and started to saute that around. Please forgive the lighting. It was awful that day. All right. And then we are going to start adding our other veggies. This is where the fun part comes in, where it makes it easy. We're going to use frozen vegetables. Okay, so frozen corn. I did some frozen peas, and then I thought I had frozen diced carrots, but they were the large ones, so I just put in some frozen peas and carrots. Okay. Saute all of that together, just mix it around. See, I'm beating up on the peas. I must have been angry at that moment. But mix it around until it cooks a little bit. I'm adding 1 can of cream of chicken soup, and then I'm going to add a can of cream of mushroom soup. Now, they do have a vegan version, if you don't want to use the one with the dairy. They do have a non-dairy version. You just have to look for it in the grocery store. And if you don't want to use regular chicken, you can just do vegetables or anything like that. This recipe actually can be made to suit anybody. So you're going to stir all of that around and make sure that you spread it out evenly so that you can get all of this cream of mushroom and cream of chicken soup onto every portion, because it's going to have to simmer for a little while. Now I've added a quarter cup of heavy cream, and actually this is not the dairy cream, this was actually the almond milk cream. But they do have it. So just a quarter cup of heavy cream so you can give it that nice creamy flavor. I added a little more seasoning at the end so that, and that was that zest for life, and a little pepper so that you can get all the flavor you can possibly get into that. And I've also added some roasted garlic. I forgot to make sure you guys could see that. Now you're going to let this simmer for about 15 minutes on medium or on medium low, whichever one you prefer. Just let it simmer for about 15 minutes or so because you want those potatoes to get a little soft. Now, as you can see, I've already taken my crust out of the oven. You can preheat your crust and get it toasty, or you don't have to if you don't want to, but that's my preference. Taking the crust out, fill the crust. Now we're putting that top crust on. And after we get that top crust on and get it formed, I'm going to take a fork so that you can lay it all down. I like to toast my crust a little bit on the inside so that it's not doughy when you take your spoon into it. Poke holes in the top so that you can make sure this well ventilated so that you don't have just a big puff crust that busts. And you want that steam flowing, Then we're going to take a little melted butter and we are going to brush the top of this crust so that it gets nice and golden. Look at that. It's looking good already. Now I'm going to season the top of the crust. Now I used a little bit of hibiscus on the top as well as some of just regular old ground pepper. You can use your season of choice. This is just what I prefer. And oddly enough, I still have a couple of seasonings in my house that came from the grocery store. Just a couple though. Okay, now we're going to put this in the oven at 365 degrees until golden brown. And this is our finished product here. So enjoy your pot pie. Isn't that lovely? I'm hungry now. Righty, my loves, I really hope you enjoyed that recipe as much as I did. Oh my God, my family went crazy for the chicken pot pie. So I really hope that you enjoyed it. I will try to make sure that I remember to post the actual printed recipe down below so that you guys can follow it. And just be sure to give it a try. You will not be disappointed. I love it if you use my seasonings, if you use Stella Root seasonings. But if you don't have Stella Root seasonings, you can always make it fit your particular liking, and there's nothing wrong with that. I am not offended at all. So anyway, thank you guys so much for being a part of the Stella Root family, for taking times out your really busy days to and your life to kind of spend a little time with me, and I really appreciate it. So I hope I got everything in here for you guys. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just click the little button, and also go on Facebook. Follow us on Facebook. We're on Instagram. I'm still figuring that out, so bear with me. And we have our Facebook recipe group. Go ahead and try it and join that and get some recipes and maybe win some free stuff. And as always, we like for you to share with other people and let them know that we're here, because we like new family members. I know I seem a little awkward today. It's just because I'm suffering from sleep deprivation for getting ready for the festivals. It's all right though. I love you anyway. I still love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. So again, guys, I thank you so very much for stopping by. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. God bless you. Remember always to live life, laugh often, and eat some good food while you're doing it. I love you. You guys have a blessed day.